Lee does her show 10 minutes ahead of us. You know, she'll record a spot and it'll be on the air 10 minutes later. I can record something like my Saturday show. Sometimes I do it Fridays, sometimes I do it Saturday. So depending on how I'm feeling, what my schedule's like, I might sit down at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon and start my show. And then it starts at 4. So then it's a pretty tight frame, but I kind of like to just relax into it and take my time. And you know, I do a lot of research. I do a lot of writing. You know, I write a lot of my breaks out, even longhand, which I don't think most people do, but that's just habit.
Was radio always like that? I always assumed it was live, to be honest.
Well, most of it is live. It used to be, you know, you'd be a DJ in a room, but then again, economics changed all of that. When a radio station owner said, "Oh, let's see, I can have one guy do this show on 40 radio stations around the country and get the advertising revenue from 40 stations instead of my one station or 3 stations that I had, whatever." So again, it's the economics of scale that changed that situation. So not only did the DJ's role become minimized, and they took them out of a live situation, but it also just started, you know, that Tom Petty song, "The Last DJ," you know.
Yeah, because it's interesting if you were to interject between songs and commercials and you are live, maybe it's a bit more organic, interactive experience because you're playing off the song that was going or the commercial.
I feel that the show I do now is pretty live. I mean, I'm doing it in a moment. I'm saying the same things about the music that I would say if I was just opening up a microphone. And so I really don't see there's a whole lot of difference. You make a lot more mistakes on live radio, you know, so when I do the show, if I make a mistake, I just start over again and I make sure that the break is relatively mistake-free. Although I did learn something from when I was doing PR work a long time ago for a rug, a Middle Eastern rug,
like a Persian rug
seller. Yeah. And he told the story about how the women making the rugs will always put a mistake into the rug because only Allah is perfect. So there's always a little mistake in the rug. So if I leave a mistake in from time to time, I think that helps with the illusion that a real person is talking in real time.
But you're doing that consciously.
I'm making the mistake. I'm making the mistake real, and I'm leaving it in consciously rather than fixing it.
Oh, that's a radio
I hate to take
parlor trick.
I hate to take everybody behind the scenes, but that's the reality I think with most radio stations these days.
And there's a lot of syndicate content. Like I hear, is it Ricky D's?